Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome to my live. And first off, if you're watching us on replay, please don't forget the hashtag replay and tell me how you're doing and what you've been doing while you've been listening to me rambling along. Okay, thank you. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button thingy. We have Tammy Heiler. Hey, sweetie, how are you doing? Leanne, hi, honey. How are you doing? Alana, how are you doing, sweetie? Good morning, everyone. Quick question. Will your paint along be new starts only on 1st of January 25? Alana, we that is one of the things we have to talk about because that is more or less up to you guys. I mean, I do new starts if you want to, but if you don't, no. I mean, I think it's kind of fun to do new starts because then I'm sorry, we start on the same day, and I don't know, it's up to you. Lee takes out the trash and recycles, put out a variety of finger foods and snacks, places soft drinks and various waters on the table, puts out some salted caramel M&Ms, Nutella with white dark and milk chocolate fountains, pretzels, marshmallows, and fruits for everybody. Welcome to Mia Birmingham, and help yourself. Come on in, grab a snack, hit the like button on the way to your chair. Thank you, Lee. And how are you doing, my daddy? And we have Leah in the house. Hey, sis. How are you doing? How are my babies doing? You guys, I'm kind of tired. It's been a long weekend, and the bed was horrible as always, and my head is up to here with other people. We were 73 people at the retreat. Uh oh, I know Lee. Why is not? Oh, were they hit by the hurricane, Lee? I need to ask to write Jenny. Oh, that's good to hear, Lee. How's my mom? Oh, not good, not good. So many people were hit. I also need to um write Jenny Kubakai if she's doing okay. Hi, Nina. How are you doing, sweetie? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Nina. Oh, yeah, I heard, Lee. I'm happy you were all okay. I mean, a car is a material thing. Uh, oh, I'm so sorry. Give her a careful hug from me, okay, Lee? Hi, Eve. Hi, Kathy. How are you two doing? Ugh, and I'm hit by the knitting bug. I need to finish this thing off. I, I I feel stupid because I had an issue with the pattern and I didn't get it because it didn't make sense in my brain the way my brain works. So I didn't work on it because it something had to be wrong with the pattern, right? But it turned out it was me that was the problem. Isn't it adorable? Look at it. It's cute. So anyway, one of the sweet ladies gave me a lesson in how to read my pattern. I'm like, so stupid. And I gotta move on. Thank you, Leanne. So I have been when I arrived at the retreat, I was just under the leaves. Hang on. I was just under the leaf there. And this is what I've been knitting this weekend. And it's kind of like diamond painting. I'm not the fastest. Thank you, Leanne. Eve, we're good. We're busy doing stuff. I'm sore from dancing my tush off for 4 hours at a concert last night. Ooh, what concert? And I'm sore for being away all weekend. I mean, yeah, that is a good kind of sore. And stuff. I mean, care to elaborate? We're not that many people in here. Hmm? I, I'm nosy. Just ask Anthony. I'm a nosy Nelly. I love that saying, by the way. So yeah. Oh, and somebody was offended when I came home. Pelle, the ginger baby. Um, Usually when I've been out a few hours or so, he will come running while telling me off or telling me his story of life or whatever, or what had happened since I've been out. But today, when I came home, he was laying in his box on the table, just looking at me, giving me the I am so not speaking to you right now kind of look. Until I got close and I wanted to touch him, he was like, "Okay, you can touch me now." And then I sat down and I had a lap cat for a while. A reunion show of a 90s jam band, Good Street Wine. Yeah, I don't know those. You had the evil eye, totally. I was like, I'm so not speaking to you right now. I'm like, sorry. But, this is my weekend away every year. So I love it. But I have to say, 73 people is quite a lot of people. I mean, had there been so many people the first time I was there at the retreat, I think that would have scared me away because that is a lot of people to um, be around when you're not very good at you know, being with a lot of people. I mean, I've spoke with a lot of people, but yeah. Oh, Nina, it's okay. How are you doing? And I'm just yabbering around here because I'm totally forgetting everything. Hi, April. Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? Nobody's, yeah, at least the only one actually telling me how they were doing. Um, but yeah. And as always, they starved us the entire weekend. We didn't get anything to eat. Hi, Dawn, sweetie. How are you doing? I'm good, but tired. Yeah, we were starved the entire weekend. No food at all. Eve, I'm working on prepping orders for shipping, and Kathy is pouring some flower cover mine. Ooh, and bloom trays getting ready for a drop today. Yay! Hi, Marie Casey. How are you doing, sweetie? Yay! I can't wait to see them. You finished your chuck, April? Yay! I have to see a picture. Send me a picture or something. I love to see. Marie Casey, I'm tired, but except from that, I'm actually really good. I'm happy. I'm filled up with sweet people and chatting and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, no, I'm just tired from the weekend. I'm like, I have been sleeping, since I came home. I had Pelle on my lap and we dozed off a little. But that's to be expected. I mean, I drove Friday at around 1 p.m. Yeah, 1 p.m. and came home at around 2 p.m. today. I know that most of you haven't had 2 p.m. yet, but it is 7 p.m. here. So, yeah. So it's been a long 45 hours. No, 49 hours. See, I can't count anymore. But yeah. And I have to close the door today because we have a dehumidifier running out there due to the damage, water damage thingy. Yes, Leanne, I am in the future together with Marie Casey, but I'm even in the future for her because I'm an hour ahead of her. And you're in my past. Uh, It only took 4 chug-alongs, April. Well, ooh, picture. Ooh. Okay, I have to download it so I can show it. Because if I turn this one around, we're going to have an issue. Um, Oop. Let's hang on. Oh, that's the other way. Yep. Save. Ha! Oh, there you have it. That's the chuck. It's beautiful. I saw that, Dawn, and now you're working on a flamingo. Uh, I just turned it around. It looks good. I haven't done any diamond painting. I mean, I finished my third row. I showed that to Leanne because she kind of get to watch everything because she sent it to me. Isn't it cute? Look at the babies. And Leanne has decided that if the babies were allowed in here, this would be my craft room. And she's totally right. It would be my craft room if the babies were allowed in here. So, yeah. But I love it. I mean, I talked to Leanne about this as well. The drills there's a lot of trash. But I'm not running out of anything so far. But it will mean I'm only 30 centimeters in and there's 75. It is from Francesca, and it is While Kittens Are Away, Mice Will Play. So yeah, it is adorable, and it's all the yarns and all the kitties with some mice. I don't need the mice in here. Those we don't like. We don't like mice, except if they're pet mice. But again, cats and yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I did, and I did yesterday. I did what I did last night on Saturday. I was overwhelmed and needed some peace and quiet, so I went to our room and took a timeout for a few hours, and then I didn't get any dinner because one, I'm not hungry after a weekend like this. It's like I don't need to eat for a week or two. It's so pretty. This is Leanne's hummingbird. Did you blink this one up? There you go. It's so pretty. I love it. I love the colors. Did you blink this one? Mm, it really is. I love all the colors and yeah. I was just looking at our thread on it is diamond paintings and pictures of your house. Leanne. Oh, it was Dawn's picture. Leanne, how is your Dachshunds going? Wasn't it Dachshunds? Yeah. And how is the remodeling going? It's okay, April. You blinked out the hummingbird again. Yay. It's going well. So I haven't seen that latest videos of yours. Is there any pictures in it? Nina finally got the drills that she was missing, but I haven't gotten around to finish the diamond painting. I think it'll be some time. It's hard to concentrate right now. It might actually help Nina for me, it helps, to tune out a second and then, yeah, not yet. Leanne, I need pictures. I need updates. I need all the things. Oh, how about your house? Any news that, well, I know you're under contract, but the lady did say she could sell her house in a week. And I'm pretty sure it's been a week by now. Tammy is working on pumpkin lighting. Can I remember that one? Tammy, can't you send me a picture? Melanie! Seva. And she did. Seriously? She sold it in a week? You're set to close the end of October. That is so cool. Congratulations, Leanne. That is cool. 5 days. Très bien, merci. You're welcome. Très bien. I need pictures of all. Oh, there was a video as well. What? That is kind of cool that she sold it in 5 days. I mean, yeah. Don't forget to hydrate. I'm behind. So now you have to pack up everything. Yeah. And move in with Max. Oh, look at that. Okay, we have to do that again. So how many times did I save it now? Oh, only 3 times. It's okay. That's not so bad. The view from dawn, isn't it beautiful? Look at those colors, the reds and the oranges. And, Leanne, that is also really, really important to watch me. Interest rates came down. Well, that's always a good thing. Oh, that is adorable, Tammy. Look at the little fox baby. The little baby. Right? I love fall colors. Our plum tree out in the back in our garden, that one just lost the leaves and that's that. And I was like, what happened to the oranges and the reds? And yeah. At least I get them other places. But Denmark is not very good at the autumn colors, fall colors. Oh, and I got it is a very English poem that one of the other ladies sent me, and it is really about how you say word differently, even though they look kind of similar. And the woman, I can't remember her name right now. There is 73 people to keep track on, uh, but yeah, I saw it, Tammy. Uh, April. Bon matin, Melanie. What does that mean? Another great what? Sunday? No, that's not it. Um, yeah. You're in Southern Ontario. Oh, it means good morning. Matin. Do I say that correctly? Probably not. Tracy, hey, sweetie, how are you doing? Yeah. Um, where was I? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, the poem. So she was kind of looking at me. You know how you read. Sometimes you read it, but quietly. I did. Yay. Um, and she was like, she could see me smiling while I was reading. And she was like, so you get it. Oh, I get it. That was good. I see if I can find it and then just read a little of it. There were a few words where I was like, how do you say that one? Because I am mostly speaking American English. I do speak some English. I speak with a mostly English accent, I think, but most of my words are American because, like, the most of you are American, and those are the ones that I listen to on YouTube as well. So I'm a good mix. Halloween mystery boxes are here, just so you know it. There is a Halloween mystery box going on Diamond Art Club. Let's see. It is called that English pronunciation word. Now I can't say pronunciation poem. It is study English pronunciation. I will teach you in my verse. Sound like corpse, course, horse, and worse. I will keep you Susie busy. Make your head with heat glow dizzy. No, grow dizzy. Tear and I your dress will tear. So shall I, oh hear my prayer. Just compare hat, hurt, and beard. Dies and diet, Lord and word, sword and sword, retain and Britain. Mind the latter how it's written. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plague and argue. But be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Cleven oven how and low. Script receipt show poem in tow. Right, April? No mysteries. I just end up getting 4 rounds. uh, Tracy is in Alberta. Melanie, that poem hurts my brain. I like it. It's so funny. Also, because sometimes when you read it as a poem, you end up wanting it to rhyme, right? So it's like, no, hang on, it's not supposed to rhyme. It is supposed to. You're supposed to say it correctly. Leanne, I think English must be hard to learn. Not it depends on. I am having yarn fuss all over me. Um, I think it depends on the language you come from because there is these. Is it the Slavic languages I don't know. Anyway, for Danes it's pretty easy, but if you're from Russia or Arab countries, it's kind of hard. It depends on how you use your mouth in your own language. Because some countries speak very in front of the mouth, others in the back, and then there's the languages that speaks with the throat. And then it also depends on how good an ear for language you have. I don't think mine is as good anymore, but when I was a kid, I just sucked them right in. I wish that somebody had, giving me more to learn instead of just English and German, because my brain would have just said, me neither, Leanne. I wouldn't learn Russian. I do know how to say um, how to toast. I'm not sure that's Russian. I do know it in Polish, and is it um, from what is that in English? Anyway, it's Nastrovia. Isn't it? It's one of those countries over there. Some of them, um, yeah, it's kind of easy. And then you have cheers, and German is Prost. What is it in English? English. Oh my God. French. That is. Oh, I know that. I know it. No, I forgot. I am going to take back Turkish, I think, just because it's funny. Um, I think my brain somehow have put up a block for French and Spanish because both of those languages were kind of bad experiences. So there's just a block. It doesn't, you know. So I think if I have to learn a language, it has to be something very, very different. Hence, Turkish. Ooh, one round. Yay. I'm counting my rounds because I need to increase on every 12th row. Otherwise, it'll just be a straight up. April, you took 8 years of Spanish? Wow. I had 1 year, that's more than enough. And then I had a year and a half on French. And no. April, you're totally Caucasian. Me too, I think. I would love one day to do one of those ancestral thingies just to see, I know that my dad has Polish blood in him. I think maybe 1/8 or something. So I know some of my family has to come from Poland, but it would be interesting. So you're a gringa. I am making a dress for a little girl that was born about a month ago, and it should have been done like weeks ago, but the pattern was laughing at me. So, yeah. But I'm getting there, and then I just need to make these little sleeves, and then it's done. And Tracy is a gringa as well. Holy, when I was a kid, we had two kids who were from Mexico, and their parents were, and they took Spanish thinking it would be an easy A. It wasn't. Doesn't it depend on what language the parents speak at home? Thank you. Oh, this is just pure cotton because I want it to be easy on the parents while she's so little. When she's a little older, I will knit in something called cotton wool. That is a 50-50 of cotton and wool. That is basically what you see over there. These three top ones, that is cotton wool, my favorite kind of yarn. Oh yeah, me too, April, and it's perfect for children's clothes. Yum. Nina, I have done one of those tests, and I'm 96% Scandinavian, concentrating on Jutland, 3.5 East British, and zero point 0.5 Northern German. That's cool, Nina. Leanne is Italian and UK mostly. I think I would get. I mean, if that's that specific, I will be Jutland and Funen, and I don't know what else. Maybe some German because some of my mom's family is from the south of Jutland, so maybe there is something from Germany. Tracy, you can only knit scarves. If you can knit scarves, you can knit anything. That is those knitting videos that I came from. I still need to get a move on those. Hi, Caden. You did buy it? Yay. You have to share what you get. Uh, Leanne, better than me, Tracy. Can't knit nothing. I'll teach you. Stop writing. Not you guys, but my brother. April is Russian on one side and Anglo-Saxon on the other, French, Irish, English, Welsh, Scottish. Whew, that is a mix. um, People are saying hi to Caden. Yeah, I know you need April. I know. Which is why you needed to be here today because you had to hear. You wanted to hear about the knitting retreat. What are you knitting, April? And what is your favorite kind of fiber? Right, Leanne? We want to know what Caden is getting in his box. Which debunked the story of the family that my stop it, the two of you. Which debunked the story of the family that my great grandfather was a gypsy passing by my back, passing by. Tracy's background is Scottish Irish. I found it so hard, so I only stayed with the scarves. Tracy, I'll teach you. It depends on how you're learning. I'm a very visual learner. So YouTube is my best friend. If there's something I don't know, YouTube. Um, Caden, I am working on While Kittens Are Away, Mice Will Play from Francesca Studio Works. What are you working on? April. Oh, yeah, the knitting retreat. I am not knitting anything at the moment. My favorite fiber to knit and wear is bamboo and woolen cotton. Bamboo is delicious, and it's antibacterial. A piece from DAC. Ooh, that one is cute too. And I just saw you got a bunch of new tattoos, Caden. Tracy's husband is Filipino. Ooh, those kids must be beautiful. The Filipinos is, yeah. Yeah, well, I need to make those knitting videos. I just need to figure out how to make them because I remember when I wanted to do them, the issue was how to see what I was doing. Because if I use my tablet, I would have to knit through, looking through the screen. And would I be able to do that? Because then I wouldn't. I mean, looking behind the screen and yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, cotton. If you see that, dang, wrong direction again. Do you see that here? This is silk and wool. I love it, that one. Tracy's granddad was Spanish. I need to figure out what my family is. Leanne, why don't I record with your phone? Because I got the tablet. But I need to record the videos with them, yeah, the knitting videos. I just need to figure out, how and what. You love silk too, April? Yeah. Um, if you knit with pure silk, you have to knit. Um, you can't knit around in the round because otherwise it'll twist. And I don't care for knitting. Um, what's the word? Knit and pearl. Let's just say that. Raw silk. Yeah. Yes, please don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Don. Um, no, exactly. I'm not a big fan of purling, which this the children stuff you have to, especially if it's for small children, because of their yay big heads. So for this long, I had to knit and purl, and now when I'm done, I need to pick up stitches on either side so that I can, what was that? Something said beep, so that I could put buttons in. Tracy, you made scarves for your dogs? And that explains the cruise part, Tracy. Yes. Yeah, knitting in the round is perfect, and I don't like um, sock needles, so I use magic loop. April loves lace, but it's a pain when I make a mistake. If you have a repeat pattern, like hang on, I should just stop knitting. If you have a repeat pattern like this one here, I put in stitch markers between each repeat because if I make a mistake, I'll figure it out that much sooner, rather than getting the entire row done and then something isn't right. Um, so I basically just put in, and I use, like you can see here, I take cotton scraps, make them into little loops because that way it's soft. So yeah, because I love lace knitting as well. It's so pretty with all the little holes in it. It's only if you make a yarn over by mistake that isn't pretty. I was like, I'm sorry, who told you to make a hole in my knitting? Yeah, and then I did bring one of my little mini dazzlers just in case, I got tired of knitting and wanted to do something else, but I didn't touch it the entire weekend. So no diamond painting, just knitting. Tracy, when I make mistakes knitting, I cannot fix it. It depends on what mistakes I make. Often I will just knit backwards and then fix it because I mean, after 12 years, I'm still not a fan of just letting the stitch go and then knit up again. I don't like that. You're not bad, Tracy. You just need to practice a little. I mean, for the first few years when I knitted, I made scarves and made these fingerless gloves, and hats. What else did I make? I think that's basically it. And then I decided I needed to do something else, so I decided to go from mittens, fingerless mittens and hats to a dress. And I had to have help the entire way because how do I put aside sleeve stitches? How do I continue under by making new stitches? Hmm? How does the how do you make the yoke either round or, oh my god, and how do you increase and decrease? I mean, my poor friend who had to do all of this with me. And at the end, she was like, you can ask YouTube some of these things. Like, you're the one who told me I should do it. Then you have to help me. Yeah, thinking. Exactly. Because it is knit, and then if you have to reverse, it's tink. That is also the Danish designer Annette Danielsen says that if you don't knit backwards at least once a day, you're not a real knitter. Tracy always wanted a winter hat knitted for you with a pom pom, a real pom pom or a fur pom pom, right? April, you're thinking. Think. It is kind of like when you're pulling out the middle of a yarn ball, and sometimes you have a half a ball of yarn, skein of yarn coming out. That's a yarn barf. Or sometimes it's just a yarn baby. My skein had a baby. For the longest time, I thought that you have to know your gauge for when you're knitting. Um, right. Um, I thought it was, oh, how was it? Because now I know the word. Gauge, something like that, because it's Gauge. And I was like, how can that ever be gauge? It makes no sense in my mind. But again, I'm very literal. So you know, yeah, gauge, gauge, meh. Exactly, April. But once you get something in your head, it has to be that way, right? So I was speaking to this British lady, and I was trying, we were talking knitting and stuff, and we were talking about how you make that swatch to figure out your gauge. Um, and I was saying that gauge, and she was looking at me like, "What?" It was like, when you need to figure out how many stitches you have on 10 centimeters. Oh, you mean gauge. Apparently, that's what I meant. Eve was a knitter for many years, worked in the needle arts industry as a yarn rep, selling yarn from multiple companies to small shops in 3 states. I remember you told that in Angel's Live. It was so interesting. So, what are your favorite fiber? And I'm so sorry, there is a bunch of diamond painting people in here, and I'm chatting about knitting. But yeah, knitting was my first crafting hobby. So, and I mean, all of you can see my knitting yarn over there. Yeah, April wants to know, did you get to have any sample of yarn, Eve? Oh, that would be dangerous. I have some 100% wool that I have to sell because I can't use it. I end up getting rashes, and yeah, I can't use it. Maybe some alpaca I can knit with, but a lot of the yarn would yeah. Favorite fibers: yak, como blend, pashmina is so delicious as well. Cashmere, a great superwash merino. Um, I know that sock yarn is superwashed, and I get why. But okay, this is, we do have a lot of snobs here in Denmark, yarn snobs, right? And they're like, acrylic is a big no-no because it's plastic and it's bad and blah blah blah. And then they come here with all the beautiful sock yarn and how it's super washed so you can wash it in the machine. And I'm sitting over here, excuse me, but you do know that superwash just means that they coated it in plastic, right? I mean, you do know that, right? uh, Eve, I had more samples that I got to keep than I have diamond painting kits in my stash. Ooh. April, I don't like acrylic either. I'm a yarn snob. I do have acrylic in my yarn. The thing is how you use it. So, for instance, for kids, as long as it isn't on the skin, oh, look at that. I have yarn thingies all over. That has been an issue all weekend because I have warm fingers. It's fussing. Um, to make a sweater, um, in acrylic isn't bad as long as it isn't on the skin directly. Eve yarn snobs were my favorite. I am one for sure. I mean, I know what I want to knit with now. If I mean, I haven't bought um, acrylics and stuff like that in many years because I use cotton and I use cotton wool mostly. Those are the main yarns that I use or mix. For instance, I like um, linen as well. And I have some linen that is mixed with cotton and some bamboo, which is amazing for children's clothes. Um, yeah, yeah. April, they put it in some sort of acid acided wash, and then they coat it in plastic. Um, Eve, I have de-stashed most samples, but still keep the really good yarn. Oh, I would do that too. We have, especially now that yarn snobs is such a thing. See, I'm losing people because they don't like to hear about yarn. Anyway, um, you can get sock yarn that is bad. That is what uh, 60, $70 for one skein, and I'm like, you know what? One, I am way too cheap. I mean, my cotton wool over there for 50 grams, I pay like $4. So I'm like, I'm not spending $70 of 100 grams of yarn when I can get 50 grams for $4. Explained? I'm cheap like that. I mean, Eve, yarn snobs shop in expensive stores, and expensive yarn meant high commissions on my sales to the job. And it makes sense. Absolutely. And often those expensive yarns have beautiful patterns and colors and whatnot. I'm just too cheap for it. I mean, I'm not paying $70 for a skein of yarn. Even great cotton is good too. I do love bamboo too. There is a company based in France. Oh yeah, uh, Bercher de France, also in Montreal. That had a great line of natural fibers called Origin. I know those. That is right, April. $70 for a skein of yarn. I mean, hello. Uh, Eve, the pashmina to cashmere. That is something else because that is such high end. We have in Greenland they have I think it's yak that is very expensive as well. That one is yeah maybe about 80 $90, but it's because you don't go near the animals. You go where they have been walking by, and then you pluck the hairs, the wool where they've rubbed up against three trees and bushes and stuff like that. So those are wild and not bred to make yarn out of it. And it is so crazy soft and extremely warm. And the skeins is like 25 grams for those 80 $90. But you can knit an entire shawl or whatever out of those 25, maybe 50 grams of yarn, depending on how big you want it. So, I mean, that is crazy expensive. But again, you know how it's made. Whereas I'm in a skein of sock wool, I'm not prepared to pay $80. No. But I mean, we're different. I'm on a fixed income, and I don't have that kind of well anyway, I haven't purchased jar in a very long time. Um yeah. Anywho, the Pashmina cashmere was $90 per skein. My vendor gifted me two skeins, and Kathy has Pashmina red mittens. Oh my god. They must be so nice and soft. Done, but maybe if I was a multi-billionaire, I'd look for ways to spend my money like $60 yarn. Yeah, maybe. No, because again, no. I'm cheap like that. And also because I know that my favorite yarn is $4. Uh, and Eve is also a big fan of small company hand dyed yarns, which is what usually is those $80 over here. Manos del something. Leanne has to go. Your new mattress is about to be delivered. Yay, Leanne. Come back if you can. But good luck with that new mattress. So, bye. But yeah, but I mean, Eve, April, there's a yarn called something that I refuse to try to say. It comes from musk or musk. It's musk ox. That's the name of the one that I was talking about. Lumbering around the tundra and getting their fiber caught on the bushes called. Exactly, that's the yarn that I meant, Eve. Sorry. Kiwiot. Okay, Kiwiot. That is the ones that I meant. Not yak. I'm sorry. On Greenland, most of it is made. Well, all of it is made on Greenland. Kiwiot. Exactly. And then they color them. Most of what you see is, natural color, like blacks and browns and white, depending on what color the musk ox has. But they do color them as well, like in green and red and yellow. Not, like bright, but those more naturey stuff. Yeah. But it is really interesting. And one day I will have a few skeins of those just because I want to try it. I mean, imagine being able to knit a scarf and a hat and mittens in one 25-gram skein. I'm like, I my brain can't wrap itself around it. I mean, that is just crazy. But I want to try it. I want to say, oh, by the way, I have knitted in $90 yarn. Just, because I can. I mean, when I started out, I had no income at all. So I basically got pocket money from David every month for gas and my medication and stuff like that. And I bought some yarn, but that was a $1 acrylic yarn. And then I had my disability, so I got more money, and I had the opportunity to buy, you know, better yarn. That's when I discovered the first brand that I heard of that has the evil, even mix of cotton and wool. It's called Coast. That is in those over here. The next one, I have some there. Um, yeah, that was the first brand of that cotton and wool. And then I got the cotton wool. It's a little thicker, and I think the quality is a little better. Eve for yak yarn, no yaks are harmed. In fact, they are like being brushed. They are double coated. It is the soft underfur I wrapped a yak. Okay, yeah, I know that it's the underfur, but I did mean the musk ox. I just forgot the name of it. But yeah, it's the same with sheep. The difference is where the wool comes from, because in some countries they basically just rip the wool off of them, and then other countries they shave it off. And the same goes for alpacas. I'm like, why don't you just treat the animal? I mean, yeah, it's really interesting, Dawn. I love, the history of yarn. and how it's treated. And I mean, even though everybody believes that cotton is one of the environmentally best fiber to knit in, what most people don't understand is how much water is used to make cotton yarn. There are some in some places in the world where they make a lot of it that they do work on, refurbish the water and use less of it and stuff like that. But in general, making yarn isn't green, really. I mean, plus, the people saying that they knit to save clothes, so that they don't have to buy clothes. Again, you're in, yeah, but you do it because you want something that nobody else has. Because it's way cheaper to go to the grocery shop and buy two T-shirts, stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I know this cotton is cheap, um, but you can get cotton wool that's way more expensive than this. So that if you're knitting a T-shirt for yourself or something, you end up being able to buy like five T-shirts in Walmart or something like that. So you do it because you want to have something unique. I mean, I could have gone to one of our stores and purchased a small little dress for that little girl, and I've been able to give it to her the day she came home from the hospital, and that would have been easy. But I mean, how many other people are doing that and probably come with the same dress that I'm coming with, that I would have come with, and instead I get to give her something that she nobody else will have, because even though they might use the same pattern, um, I might use different colors, a different brand, maybe even a different fiber. I mean, this one could have been made in wool as well. So that is unique. And then we knit differently. Um, yeah, it is interesting. Except that apparently my viewers don't like the subject of knitting. Oh, lordy, lordy. Yeah, that's kind of funny. But yeah. Hmm. So, did any of you buy anything yet? Oh, I'm sorry. Did any of you buy anything yesterday from Diamond Art Club? I don't think I even seen most of them. It is very personal, Dawn. And I saw this earlier that when people make you something homemade, it isn't, to save money. It's because they love you. Because it takes time and it is often more expensive than, going out and purchase something similar. So getting something handmade, handcrafted is a sign of love, which is very, very true. And I don't, Tracy, haven't been liking a lot of the releases lately, and April didn't buy anything. Yeah, and this isn't a complaint, because usually people complain, when there is a lot of squares, that there is no round coming out, but there has been a lot of rounds, which for me is finally okay, totally, because I have enough. Done. I didn't buy anything. April, me neither, Tracy. Also from holding out for Black Friday. Yeah, I'm holding out as well. Plus, I do have a lot, and I know people who have way more than me, but for me, this is a lot that I have right now. And it is absolutely a lot more than I anticipating having when I was beginning to buy from Diamond Art Club. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get more than maybe 20. Yeah, that's a while ago. I'm just telling you, that's a while ago. The issue is kind of like I don't have too much yarn. I'm just behind on knitting. It is basically the same for diamond painting. I don't have too many diamond paintings. I'm just behind on diamond painting. I'm too slow. I need to work fast, but I don't know how. How do you get fast? I mean, yeah, I could, get more with color blogging and practice, practice, practice. The thing is, though, I like all the confetti. I love all the intricate details and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, even in this one, while kittens are away, you do, for instance, in a square, I do sometimes have a lot of black, but I don't know if you can see it in this blanket and stuff. No, you can't really see it because it's dark. But it is. You can maybe see it in the picture. Um, and, where did it go? Right. You can see it in the picture, right? That it is a lot of confetti because the color is changing. No, I haven't done. I haven't heard from Francesca. No, yeah, me too. Don, I'm kind of worried. So I'm like, I wonder what's going on. I will try again and again and again, and hopefully eventually she'll grow tired of me writing all the time. Go, woman, stop. Okay, okay, okay. Also because she doesn't have any diamond paintings on her shop anymore. It's been a while, so I'm kind of like, what is going on? So yeah, I am kind of worried about her. So yeah, I do hope that eventually everything will be okay and she'll come back to us, but I don't know. Maybe I should just start bugging her, write every day. How are you? Please write me. I'm worried. Every day. I'm like, and eventually she'll be like, I'm fine. Stop writing me all the time. Maybe. So, yeah. Have you seen that Angel isn't going live tonight? So we can just keep yabbering if we want to. And I didn't get to see Adam yesterday because I was yabbering with other people. But yeah, we were just sitting, chit chatting, drinking coffee. And I have to tell you, my stomach isn't 100% happy with me because I have been drinking so much coffee this weekend, like 4 or 5 cups every day. And usually I get maybe the same in a week, you know? So I'm like, my stomach isn't particularly happy about my life choices this weekend. Also, that I have gotten more fruit than I would usually get in 48 hours. So, yeah, that happens every year. I get an upset stomach because of this weekend, but it's all worth it. Kind of like I will most likely have a bag that isn't very happy with me tomorrow because, again, bad shares. Yeah, not being too good with myself and also changing the rhythm of my day, the day rhythm. because usually I go to bed, 2:30 in the morning, get up at around 10:30. But when away on this weekend, we get up at around, see, what time did I wake up this weekend? I get up between 6 and 6:30 to get breakfast at 7. You can have breakfast from 6:30. So this morning, for instance, I was at the breakfast table at 7. Yesterday it was 6:30. Um, and then we've gone to bed 10, 11:30 yesterday. And I couldn't fall asleep yesterday. So I was texting with David until he went to bed at around midnight because of his biking today. And I was tossing and turning, and because I had a shoulder yesterday that wasn't particularly happy with me due to the beds. So every time I made, you remember telling you that my right shoulder had been a little, like something was stuck in there and nerve was pinched or something? Yeah, well, yesterday it was my left shoulder, and whenever I did a certain movement, it felt like somebody took this big axe and just yanked it right above my shoulder, the shoulder bag. So it's like, I have yarn everywhere. It looks like. Um, so yeah, that was a um, interesting kind of pain. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was because of the bed. Then the top mattress on the beds wasn't really attached to the bed, so it was sliding. I mean, this morning, Luna, my roommate, my friend, she almost fell out of bed because the mattress had slided so much of the real mattress, the big mattress, that when she moved to get out of bed, the top mattress almost flew to the floor. It's like, ooh, not good. April. Okay, I have to go get ready for my Imagine Dragons concert tonight. That is 3.5 hours away by car. Ooh, have fun with that, April. Take care and let me know how it is. Yeah, enjoy, have fun, and bye. My nose is itching. So, yeah, Imagine Dragons. I need to look those up. I have no idea who they are. Oh, no. Oof. You're welcome. One more thing. Okay. One more thing. Interesting. Oop, one round again. You saw Dwight Yoakam last night. A friend invited me last minute on Friday and I went. Okay. I have no idea who that is. Oh, a country singer. I'm not a country fan, but he was great. I knew some songs even. Ooh, that is cool. I need to go to a concert soon again. I found out that listening to live New Kids concerts isn't always the best idea. I love the music. Bye, April. Have fun. I love the music, especially on CDs. But sometimes I just have to stick to the CDs because someone in the group isn't always very good at the high notes anymore. So it's kind of like I think you need to go to a speech therapist to learn how to get the high notes back because yikes, my ears are bleeding. I tell you, it's not Joe. He's been singing on Broadway and so much. um, in the in between years. So his voice has stayed stable. Plus, he tend to not go quite as high as when he was a kid, young. But yeah, I, I I should stick to my CDs because those are enhanced and all that. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. Was it Thursday or something? But like, every time it's like, oh, stop it, my ears are bleeding. Yeah, kind of wondering how many cats I have on the other side of the door because it's closed. Let's see how long we're going today because of that upset stomach. So April, when you and also Eve, if you're still here, when you're for instance, when you're knitting with cotton, when you have to go from one skein to another, how do you do that? That'd be interesting to hear that because there are so many ways to do it, and I am doing the lazy one. Again, I'm lazy, I'm cheap when it comes to yarn, and I'm like, okay, I don't need more. Nina has to go too. Oh no, people are leaving me. Bye, Nina. Sleep tight. I'm being left. That's okay. Oh dear. But yeah. Mm, yeah. I've had the issue the entire weekend because of the yarn is fuzzing. I had that feeling of having fuzz in my nose the entire weekend. I don't because I've been blowing my nose several times. That it's just that feeling of, you know, maybe it's just mental because I know that there is fuzz flying around and well, if it's flying around, I have to inhale it, right? Something like that. Oh, and I didn't. We had two people fall down, either a small step or the stairs this weekend. We had an elderly woman, about 80. She fell on the very first, the kind of like 30 minutes into the retreat. She fell down this little step and she had uh, uh, um, she kind of broke something in her shoulder. So she had to go. Dawn is there. Yay. So she broke something in her shoulder and had to go home. It's like, oh, she just came. But she's 80, and they break easier. Then later that evening, one of the other women, maybe in her 50s, she oversaw a step on a spindle stair and she fell down, from the last step. And she didn't break anything or, sprain anything. But I think she might have sprained her ankle but the next morning she was walking a few hours downtown without any issues. And then this morning she could barely, get up and down from the chair. And it's like, oh, that's not good. But you know that it is mostly a sprain because it's gotten slowly it hurts more. So I'm like, okay, that's it. Nobody else gets to fall down anything. It is forbidden. No more injuries. Two in a weekend has to be enough. No more. And last year we had one who got really ill, felt really, really bad. Like, so she had to be admitted to the hospital. And she was in the hospital for a few days after. It didn't happen until the last day of the retreat, but I'm like, that is where you can see that it isn't young people anymore. I mean, a lot of these ladies that attend is like end 60s, 70s, and 80s, you know? And then there is the 40, 50-year olds. We don't have a lot of young people. I mean, most of them is at least my age. So, you know, it is dangerous to fall. Eve just drops one color and pick up the next, then I weave in the ends later. Okay, I used to do that, then I got lazy and I'm using a magic knot, which is, it can't unravel itself and you can barely see it. I mean, I can't even see where I used it on this one. I'm trying, like, where was it? I can't find it. Um, yeah, I hate weaving. I hate, in general, I'm a lazy knitter, I think. I don't knit, where you have to sew fronts and backs and sleeves on. I don't do that. I'm too lazy. I'm like, I knit top down because that give you very, very few ends to sew. Plus, and here's the thing, especially if I knit for myself, because of my clipple fail, apparently I'm shorter here, you know, than most other people. So if I knit top bottom top, um, bottom up, everything fits up until where the sleeve is starting. But if I follow the pattern from there and up, it doesn't fit. No matter what size I pick, it just doesn't fit. It's getting too loosey goosey, or no. So I prefer top down, even for children's knitting, because then I don't have a lot of ends to weave. I guess I am a very, very lazy knitter, which is so fun at the retreat because most of us are. We were sitting last night, you know, talking and we were like, giving each other tips on how to do stuff the easiest way. For instance, there was one of the other ladies that were knitting a panel for, I think, a dress or something, where she had to knit. Um, yeah, she had to do a knit one row, purl one row, purl one row, knit one row. So you got these bumps kind of, which meant that she had to knit from one side to the other. And then one of the others said, "Why don't you just use two skeins so that you can just knit the entire time?" And I was like, I didn't know you could do that. Eve, have you ever made a baby surprise jacket? No, I don't even know what that is. Okay, Tracy, take care. Let me know if you want to learn more knitting. And have a great day and a great week. No, I don't know what a baby surprise jacket is, Eve. So let me know what it is. I just inhaled some fuss. I need something to drink. Oh, by the way, have you seen that Anthony finished a question of reality? He just put up the post review. I need to film mine and put it up. Still haven't done that. I'm a bad YouTuber. Bad YouTuber. Bad YouTuber. Oh no. But yeah, that's. I need to make more videos. I just need to. I have to start planning those history videos. Write some scripts and stuff like that so that I can make those. Think I have a plan on going to visit our local museum, not the museum farm, but we have a local museum. Um, yeah. Oh wait, April left. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, that I might have to do that. But most of it is outdoors, so it has to be a day where the weather is okay. And I would love for there to be an employee there so I can, ask questions and write down things. For instance, people used to grow and dry tobacco on the fields around here. That's so interesting. BSJ, an old tried and true fun pattern from Elizabeth Zimmerman. Ooh, the godmother of knitting. I need to see if I can find that one. Do you have a link you can send to me? Not here because that won't work. But send it on either Messenger or in Discord. That would be neat. I can look at it. I mean, it isn't that I'm running out of knitting books because behind behind my question of reality, I have is it 2 or 3 rows of knitting books? Yeah, I have 3 rows of knitting books, and then I have a few here with a few knitting magazines as well. So it isn't that that I don't have any recipes, patterns. God darn it! I have to say though, most of them are children's clothes because I like knitting for kids. One, because it's fast. It goes a lot faster than trying to knit for an adult. I mean, as long as you remember to knit, it goes a lot faster. So that is why that I have decided that when I'm done with my life today, I'm gonna go into the living room and sit down and see if any cats want to cuddle with me. Then I'm gonna bring this one, and hopefully I'll get maybe depending on how much I get to knit for the cats. I might get to finish the length of it. That would be nice. And then get the sleeves done, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I need to see if I can find the third skein that I have of this one, just in case that I need it. You never know. And then I think when I'm done with this, I need to find something to knit for Rosa. Even though I already know what she wants. She wants something like this one with the leaves on it, so I just need to get that pattern printed so I can do that one for her in a color that she wants. I need to figure out if I have some cotton that she wants because, again, for my brother's sake, that is the easiest. I'm not sure that he remembers that it needs to be washed on a wool program, and I know that Rosa will be kind of upset if he ruins a dress of hers. I know. Otherwise, you should just tell him that he should send it out here. Maybe, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I mean, if I use sock yarn, that's even easier because that super soft, those super coating thingy. Super wash, that's the name of it. Um, so that one you can wash in the machine. And I do have some funny colors. I even have a summer sock yarn. That one has cotton in it, and depending on which one it still has wool, and it also has acrylic because sock needs the acrylic to keep it strong. Um, but I know it has some cotton in it as well, so that would make a good summer T-shirt or something. Uh, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And then I need to get a move on this diamond painting. I feel like I've been finished with this 3 row for like a week, even though I finished it, I think, Thursday before I went to bed. But I haven't been home. So I haven't been diamond painting for like 3 days now. Maybe that's why I feel a little, um, feel like I have withdrawal with everything. Like I need my diamond painting. I need my little square resin pieces. But I also need to be done with this one. So yeah, we'll see. I really like this color. I wonder I wonder what color this is, what DMC this is. Wouldn't it be nice if kind of, um, uh, dye lots, yarn colors would be kind of the same like the DMC, but only you would have more DMC colors because it would fit with how many colors you have in yarn. That would be easy. That way, if you like a color in either way, you would know, oh, this is the color in a DMC or in a yarn color. Can you hear that? That is Max. The poor baby. I'm guessing that in a second he will come and knock on my door, unless it's David he wants. You never know. He's been very cuddly. Well, he hasn't jumped up, but he was sitting beside me so that I could just reach him. It's such a weird cat thing that they will sit so you can barely touch them, right? And then when I touched him, he would kind of like, move so that I could want to scratch his ears, but then he was out of reach. And I was like, if you want to be scratched or anything, you need to get a little closer over here. It's kind of like the only one that is hurting from this is you. I mean, I can't reach you when you do that. And he was purring like a maniac earlier. And like, I could feel it almost through the floors. I was like, dang it. Somebody is happy to have their mommy home again. Then we have Pelle the ginger. For some reason, he doesn't really, really purr. It's kind of like he can purr. It's just not very loud. It's kind of he lost the ability to do that really loud purring. So when he really enjoys himself, he makes the hi Max, hi baby. He kind of purrs with his mouth, kind of like it's so funny. It's like, wouldn't it be a better idea to train, your purring muscle or whatever it is? It's so fun. And you can hear the difference between a real purr and then that sound he makes. Because when he makes the sound, his body doesn't vibrate, that purring vibration. It's kind of like Max because he has the long hair and he purrs, you can see his fur vibrating because he purrs that loud and that powerful. So his entire lion's mane here in front of him is like, it looks so funny. It's like, that is one happy boy, my little baby boy. Yeah, my little boys. I saw a video from the shelter where we got Max from, and I was like, you do know that I'm driving right past you on the way home, right? I mean, all those little red babies. How many red babies can I have in on the back seat? And how many of them can I smuggle in without David finding out? I'm asking for a friend. A friend asks how many cats can I sneak in without David figuring it out? Yeah, inquiring minds want to know. I love these ginger babies. I've totally lost my heart for the ginger ones. And like, there is no soul in those little heads. They are soulless, which makes it even funnier because they just work on instinct. And they're totally clueless. It's so funny. Plus, for some reason, the gingers are totally love bugs. If they could, they would stay on your lap for days on end, which is which is why often if I sit in here for like hours or so, you will have Pelle sitting out there going like, "Excuse me, lady, mom." That would be kind of like, little kids, "Mom, mom, mommy, mom, mama." It's like, yes, mommy's busy. Well, yeah. I don't think that one works on cats for some reason. I don't know. I love watching those cat videos, where you hear cats and it sounds like they're saying something. There's this video where the human comes around a corner and there sits a cat and it sounds like it says, "Well, hello." It's like, "Wow, wow, wow." It's so funny. I'm like, can I teach my cat to say hello? Or who was it? Is it Pelle or was it Oscar that could look at me and meow in a way that it sounded like mom? It's like, "Oh, my baby is saying mom." Well, they're not. It's just the way they meow. It's the same, when they have this, it sounds like a no. No. One of them was a cat in the shower. "Are you enjoying yourself?" "No." Like, well, you do look a little pitiful. So I get it. Yeah, I don't know. They're making noises out there. And then there's that dehumidifier out there making noises. Can't wait for everything to be dried out again. That'll be a nice thing because it is kind of noisy, especially if you. I'm used to there being very silent, around here. And then for the past few days before I left, I was like, "What is that noise?" And I was, "Oh, right, it is that dehumidifier." Um, yeah, that's that's it. Hmm. When is it Black Friday? That's the end of November, right? Yeah, and Halloween is on the 31st of October. Yeah, so we have like 2 months until Black Friday. We need to save, you guys. We need to have money saved for all. What was it yesterday? Eve, many years ago, I had a cat named Annika that was always up to something. As a kitten, found her playing in ribbons. Up to something as a kitten. Found her playing in ribbons. When I asked, "What are you doing?" she said, "I don't know." I don't know. It's so funny when you actually can make words out of it. But ribbons can be dangerous for babies. But it's so funny. And then we had, see, I prefer male cats because they are more cuddle bugs than female cats. And most of the time they're, except for the ginger ones, most of the times the males, have maybe one or two more cells than the female ones. Maybe. That is my experience. But maybe because I had an Abyssinian and a Bengal, and those cats are a little smarter than the average cat. Anywho, we had this female cat called Mook, like from the Moomins. Anyway, that cat, she was adorable and sweet, but there was no cell in that cat. If she, for instance, got into a room and we sat a suitcase in front of the door because we were going on vacation or coming home from vacation, and the suitcase was just, in front of the door, she was trapped. There was no way she was getting out of that room before somebody moved that suitcase. And I mean, she was perfectly capable of jumping over it. Perfectly. But she was trapped. She couldn't get out. And she would meow pitifully until somebody took pity on her and removed the suitcase. And it's the same. Then we moved out to our townhouse that had this little garden, and we had some fencing and some hedge. And at by the fence, in the beginning, you could basically crawl under it, but she never figured it out, even though we then got a another cat that would just come running and then climb over the the fence. She would basically just sit there looking at him, and you know totally blank, not a cell, kind of like, how did you do that? And then she would sit staring in at the fence again, like, if I stare at you long and hard enough, you will vanish. Yeah. Eve Annika was known as, "Oh, that Annika," used up all 9 lives, died as an old lady of natural causes at age 17 and a half. Wow. and she used all 9 of them. That is quite an experienced lady then. But 17 and a half is a good age. We've had a little bad luck on the cats because ours, the oldest, only got 12 and a half. He got dementia. Poor cat. Yeah. A lot of people don't think that animals can be be hit by dementia, but they can't. But they can. That's the word I was trying to say. He was so lost. Even though he was, raised in that house, moved in when he was 10 weeks old, hadn't known anything else but that house, he would get lost. He would, think that he didn't know where we were. Even though we were right beside him, he would be calling so pitiful. And then we would say his name and he would whip around and go, "Oh, there you were. I couldn't find you." And I was like, "But we were right here talking to each other and you heard us." But it was so, and in the end, I think he got a brain bleed or something because he changed personality like this. I was like, okay, that's it. Now you've told me and you've shown me that enough is enough. You know, I mean, a little dementia is okay. He was safe. He wasn't running around outside. He was indoors. He had his food and his water, and he knew where the potty was. So no big harm. It was just that he was calling a lot. He was meowing, to find us or to find the other cat. But he was safe. There was no danger or anything. But when he changed the personality like that much in no time, it was like, okay, that is it. So yeah. Eve, let me see. She had a stroke and recovered completely. Ate a guitar string, almost died of calicky virus. Ooh, yeah. And ate a guitar string? That is stupid little cat. That is not something to be at. Yeah, no. It's the same when cats eat yarn string or hair ties or rubber bands. Like, you do know that you can die of it, right? You can tie your bowels together and you'll die because nobody noticed until it's too late. Our neighbor's cat got a piece of a rubber band, not an entire rubber band, just a piece of it, and it wrapped itself around something in the intestine, and she died within no time at all. They didn't know that she had ingested it. And from when she started showing signs of something being wrong, it took like an hour and then she died. It was so crazy. So you need to be aware of what you have around kitties. Like, I always make sure that if we get something with a rubber band or something like that, I throw it out. My hair ties don't lay around, and my yarn is in here. When I'm not knitting on it or, staying close to it, it is in here because I'm not having something happen to my cat. They're my babies. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. If it's for me, they're my babies, right? I know for other people, they're like, well, they're just cats. It's like, no, no, they're not just cats. They're family members. They're my babies. They are my kids, you know. And then, have you ever heard that if you don't have kids, you will have people tell you, well, you're going to regret not having kids when you get old. I was like, so why would I regret this? I mean, explain yourselves. Yes, well, when you're old and then you'll be lonely and you'll be sad that you don't have family coming to visit. And, I was like, so because you have kids and grandkids, you won't be lonely when you get old? No, no, because they will come visit you. And I was like, so you're sure of this? Yeah, she was very sure. So have you ever been at the hospital and what's the word called? Geronto, whatever. They have wards for old people here at least. Have you ever been to the hospital visiting there, seeing how all these older people lying there for weeks and months at a time, nobody coming to visit them, even though that their kids and grandkids are basically down the street? Or you move them into a home, and on their birthdays or holidays, they are sitting there hoping in their best dress that somebody will show up and say happy holiday or happy birthday, and they might have 5 kids and 20 grandchildren, but not one shows up. So like, it's perfectly possible to have a big family and still be lonely and having no visitors come by. And then you have people with no kids who have their own adopted family who will always show up because that is a chosen family, right? I mean, it isn't like having, for instance, take my mom. Um, she has this expectation because she is my mom, and she has done such, and such for me when I was little. She expects me to be doing the same for her now that she's getting older. Oh, absolutely. They should be more sensitive saying stuff like that, Don. But in reality, it is more a sign of not knowing any better, you know? The ignorance of thinking just because you have kids and grandkids, that means you won't be lonely. Um, and I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, right, my mom. Um, oh, hi, Angel, honey. How are you doing? Just wanted to say a quick hello. Yeah, I wanted to know how I love you and respect you. Oh, thank you, Angel, and you too. I love you too and respect you. Um, so yeah, my mom expect me because she did blah 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 for me. Then I have to do the same for her as she's getting older. And I remember telling her, you know what? You chose to have children. I didn't choose to be born. I didn't choose to be here. But I'm happy that I'm here. But haven't I been here, I wouldn't have been any wiser. Oh, Angel, I'm so sorry you're not in a good place. Thank you, Angel. And if you need anything, let me know, right, sweetie? Um, and that's what a lot of parents forget, that having kids isn't a quid pro quo. It isn't a because I fed you, I clothed you, I did all those things for you when you were a baby, then I have to expect you, then I do expect you to do the same for me when I'm getting old and can't do it myself. And I'm like, no. Yes, if we had a relationship that was better, I might, you know, do more. But that would be because I wanted to, not because it was expected to. That makes sense, right? You know what I mean? That whole um, yeah, quid pro quo. I if I rub your back, you rub my back, and it's weird if you ask me. This yeah, chosen family is a lot better. Like you guys, you're my family, and I will always worry about you, and you worry about me, and we love each other, and yeah, I mean that is so much better than having blood relatives that you never see or doesn't like you or doesn't care about you. Then you have that chosen family that loves you better and more than blood family. I mean, family doesn't end with blood. It doesn't. Family might start with blood, but it doesn't end by with blood. See, I have seen too much supernatural, right? But I like that saying family doesn't end with blood. I think that is the English uh, translation of what we have over here. Tell your mom you'll treat her like she treated you. Well, then she'd tell me that I had a perfect childhood and that she'd always treated me great. So that one doesn't work because she can't see that she did something wrong, Dawn. She doesn't get it. If you ask her, I had a great childhood. But that's because in her mind, I didn't lack, clothes or I had my own room, I had toys, I had food on the table, so I didn't lack in anything. Because for her, that is what counts. She doesn't, I mean, and she doesn't, I think, kind of like I don't remember a lot of my childhood. She has suppressed some of those things that she did to me because she knows those are wrong. She knows it deep down in that little twisted mind of hers. Hi, Adam. How are you doing, love? I'm sorry I wasn't there yesterday, but I wasn't home. I was at my knitting retreat, but I will watch it on replay. Um, so, yeah, you can't explain to her that she's done something wrong, but that's just how it is. I'm just not. I just stay out of touch. But yeah, I'm glad to hear you're okay, Adam. Take good care of our angel girl, right? I had a great time. I'm tired and spent and whatnot, but it was a great weekend. And now I have the knitting bug back again. So I'm gonna take advantage of that and finish this little dress that should have been finished a long time ago. So yeah, so that it could be gifted. I mean, it shouldn't take too long. Right now, it's just she's delusional. Yeah, yeah, she is done. Absolutely. She's uh, she's emotionally immature. She doesn't have her emotions in. Well, she's basically like a child, and that is emotionally immature. Basically means that you'll have your kids parent you because you're not really capable of being the parent. Hi, Michelle. How are you, love? I was wondering where you were today. So she's basically treating me like a kid would treat its parents if it was a um, a naughty child, a child throwing a temper tantrum. That is basically how she's treating me. because that is where her emotional immaturity is. And I know this and I understand this. It doesn't make it right. But yeah. Oh, Michelle, you're in the dumps because you heard something bad news from your mom? I'm sorry, sweetie. Let me know if you need to chat, okay? I'm sorry. That's never nice. I hope it isn't really, really, really bad. That it's just, just some bad news, quotation. All those people, you need to stop messaging each other so I can see my chat. I'm like, stop. Adam is sending lots of hugs to you and your mom. And Michelle asked if we can pray for her. Adam knows. Okay, Michelle, I will send a prayer up when I go to bed. Absolutely, I can do that. Prayers and good thoughts will come up in a few hours when I go to bed. Oh my lord. Whew. It's not good? No. I'm sorry, Michelle. I have fuzzle. I need some sort of, cooling uh, mittens or something when I'm knitting. Oh, Michelle, I'm so sorry. I hope it was caught early on so it can be treated. Oh, Michelle, I'm sorry, sweetie. Yeah, that sucks. It really sucks. Nobody deserves that. Cancer sucks. I wish cancer would get cancer and die. That would be. Yes, she is a fighter. I'm sorry, Adam. I've been yawning the entire day. But you know what? That you yawn when I yawn, it is a positive thing. That means that you are empathetic, that you have empathy for other people. If you didn't, I'd be worried about you. And yes, Michelle, your mom will fight this. She's, winning this battle. Absolutely, she is. If she believes that she's fighting this and that she'll win, that makes the chances of her actually getting healthy and beat it so much higher because it's all about state of mind. And yeah, so just tell her to keep on fighting, keep believing that this is just a small bump on the road, and it needs to be treated, and then yeah. Oh, absolutely. It is never easy to tell your children that that you have a potentially fatal illness. It's never easy. I mean, it isn't easy telling anybody that you have a potentially fatal illness. But she needs to fight. She needs to believe in it. I mean, that is the most important thing. And then, of course, it depends on where she has the cancer. Over here, one of the cancers that has the highest success rate is breast cancer. And we have one of the hospitals in my area is the top-notch hospital when it comes to breast cancer. So every woman that I have known, which is a lot by now, who had breast cancer is in remission now, which is amazing because, yeah, I do know people. I have lost people to cancer. I mean, I lost my father-in-law, but he had pancreatic cancer. And then I lost my sister's adoptive dad. He had lung cancer. Um, yeah, and I lost a really, really, really good friend of mine back when I was studying to become a social worker. He had not breast cancer, lung cancer as well. Yeah, so cancer sucks. We have every, is it November or October? October, I think. We have a week where you can donate money, you can sell stuff, and then you can tell people that the money that they buy stuff from you, or sorry, Adam, if you are making your own collecting for that, um, what's it called? The word is gone. Um, Charity. There it was. Then you can send it to them, and then it goes to try to cure cancer. The the thing is, at least here in Denmark, that the thing is they do know how to cure cancer by now. They do know it, but that isn't good business. At least over here, they do know how to cure it. I mean, people go to Germany or China to get some of this treatment, but it isn't profitable, sadly. Instead of going like, okay, well, if somebody has cancer and you treat them and heal them, they can go back into society and be um, serving the community again, making money, pay taxes, stuff like that. But I'm sorry, Michelle, I'm gonna stop. I just ended in a tangent. I'm gonna stop, and I've been chit chatting for about 2 hours now. So I think that I should stop, go spend some time with my husband and the kitties, and hang on, I need to remove some of all this lint fuss from my yarn. Otherwise, it's going to drive me crazy. Yeah. So it's okay, Michelle. I mean, I don't expect everybody to be here. And you had a bad day, so it's more than okay. Hopefully, you will write me or text me if you need to chat with somebody. Or otherwise, I hope you guys will be back next Sunday. Yeah, let's pray for Michelle's mom, everybody. Send in some hearts for Michelle and her mom. Um, yeah, I hope you'll come back next Sunday for some more ramblings from me, and that you will watch my videos this week. There will be a post review of that one. I will have some unboxings if the weather will comply a little, and there will be a women chat. Who knows? I might do another ASMR video, just to get some things out there. I apparently the ASMR video was quite popular which was a total surprise to me. Um, yeah, thank you for being here. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video or my next live. Take care, everybody. Bye. I love you all. Bye.